Hey everyone, welcome back to Shadow Talk English, the podcast where we learn English through real life conversations, with a bit of fun and sometimes a bit of chaos. I'm Alex, your English buddy, who's also terrible at mornings, but great at talking. Today's episode is all about small talk. You know, those tiny conversations that make daily life less awkward. We'll talk about weather, hobbies, weekend plans, meeting people, and saying goodbye. Basically, how to sound natural when you talk to people in English. So, grab your coffee, sit back, and let's dive in. 1. How's the weather? You know what's funny? In English, how's the weather is like the universal password for small talk. You can say it anywhere, at work, in a cafe, even when you have nothing else to say. But here's the thing. No one actually cares about the weather. We just say it to start talking. Example. Hey, how's the weather today? Ugh, it's so hot I could fry an egg on the sidewalk. Or, it's raining again. Typical British weather. It's just a way to break the ice. Even if you don't know what to say next, talking about weather helps people feel relaxed. And if you live somewhere like the UK, you can talk about weather for hours because it changes every 5 minutes. One moment it's sunny, next, boom, you need an umbrella, a jacket, and maybe a therapist. But in small talk, it's not about the topic, it's about connection. You're showing that you're friendly, open, and ready to chat. So, here are some easy ways to talk about the weather like a native. Beautiful day, isn't it? Can you believe how cold it is today? Looks like it might rain later. Perfect day for a walk, right? And when you answer, you can say something natural like, yeah, finally some sunshine. I know, I miss summer already. Tell me about it. I almost froze this morning. These are small, but they make you sound fluent. Oh, and here's a tip. When someone says, nice weather today, huh? Don't just say, yes. That kills the conversation faster than a bad Wi-Fi connection. Instead, add something. Like this. Yeah, it's nice. I might go for a walk later. Now you've opened the door for more conversation. That's how small talk works. One sentence leads to another. It's not about deep meaning, it's about flow. So next time someone asks, how's the weather, don't roll your eyes. Think of it as a warm-up for your English skills, like stretching before a workout. All right, that's enough about clouds and sunshine. Let's move to something a bit more fun. Talking about hobbies. Because when small talk gets a little deeper, that's where real connection starts. Next, talking about hobbies. So, now that we've survived the weather talk, let's move to something more exciting. Hobbies. Ah, yes, hobbies. The perfect topic when you want to sound friendly, confident, and a little bit interesting. You know that moment when someone asks, so, what do you like to do in your free time? And your brain suddenly forgets every hobby you've ever had? You're like, I breathe? I scroll on my phone? I sometimes eat pizza? Yeah, that happens to everyone. But don't worry, we're going to fix that. Step 1. Learn how to ask about hobbies. If you want to sound natural in English, you can use easy, friendly questions like, what do you usually do for fun? Do you have any hobbies? How do you spend your weekends? Are you into sports or music? They sound simple, but they open the door to great conversations. For example, Alex, hey, do you have any hobbies? Listener, yeah, I love cooking. Oh, that's awesome. What kind of food do you usually make? Boom. Now you've got a flow going. Step 2. Talk about your own hobbies. And here's the secret. You don't need to have a cool hobby to sound interesting. You just need to sound interested. Example. I like watching movies. Simple, right? But you can add details. I like watching old movies, especially 80s comedies. They're so bad, they're good. Or, I love playing guitar. I'm not great, but my neighbors think I'm amazing. Adding a little joke or emotion makes your small talk natural and human. Step 3. Use I'm into and I enjoy. In English, people often say, I'm into hiking. I'm into photography. I enjoy reading mystery books. I like learning new languages. These are perfect for daily conversations. And if you don't have many hobbies, it's okay. Just talk about interests, even small ones. I'm into YouTube videos about space. I like trying new coffee shops. I enjoy watching random documentaries at 2 a.m. We've all been there. You know what my favorite hobby is? Talking. I talk for a living. I talk in my sleep. My microphone is basically my best friend. But seriously, hobbies make conversations feel alive. They show a bit of who you are. And if you're learning English, talking about hobbies is perfect practice. You can share things about your life and learn vocabulary that's real, not from textbooks. Mini practice time. Let's practice together. I'll say a sentence, you repeat it. Ready? I'm into learning English. I enjoy listening to podcasts. I like watching movies on weekends. I love spending time with my friends. Perfect. You sound amazing already. All right. Now that we've talked about hobbies, what do you usually do with them? Because hobbies and weekends, they go together like coffee and mornings. So let's move to our next topic, weekend plans. How to chat naturally about your weekends and sound fluent while doing it. Next, weekend plans. So, now that we've survived the weather and impressed people with our hobbies, let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, weekend plans. Ta-da! Because let's be honest, even on Monday, people are already talking about the weekend. You know that classic question? So, any plans for the weekend? And you're like, yeah, my plan is to sleep until I forget what day it is. Talking about your weekend plans. Weekend small talk is super common, especially at work, at school, or with new friends. Here are some of the most natural ways to ask about it. Do you have any plans for the weekend? What are you up to this weekend? Are you doing anything fun? Got any big plans? All of them mean basically the same thing. You're just being friendly and curious. For example, imagine this conversation. Hey, what are you up to this weekend? Listener? I might go hiking if the weather's nice. Oh, cool. I've never tried hiking. Is it hard? Boom. You're not just answering, you're connecting. And that's what small talk is all about. Talking about staying in. Now, if you're like me and prefer staying home, don't worry, you can still sound interesting. Here's how you can say it naturally. I'm just going to stay in and relax. Probably just watching Netflix. Nothing special, just taking it easy. I might do some cleaning, maybe. That last one is a lie. We all say we'll clean, and then we don't. Talking about going out. But if you're going out, try phrases like, I'm going to meet some friends. We're planning a short trip. I'm having dinner with my family. I'm going to see a movie. You can also use I'm gonna instead of I'm going to. It sounds more natural in casual English. I'm going to hang out with friends. I'm going to chill at home. Native speakers use it all the time. Tip: use maybe and might. When you're not 100% sure, use maybe I'll sleep in. I might go to the gym. I might visit my parents. These words make your speech sound natural and not too formal. Small talk humor. My favorite weekend plan is called Pretend to be Productive. I open my laptop, stare at it for 20 minutes, then take a short break that lasts 3 hours. That's called weekend energy. All right, let's shadow some sentences together. Repeat after me. I'm going to sleep in this weekend. I might go out with friends. I'm planning to watch a movie. I'm just going to relax at home. Perfect. Keep practicing these. They're real, everyday English. See? Weekend talk is easy. It's relaxed, friendly, and a great way to start or end a chat. But what if you're meeting new people for the first time? That's where small talk becomes really powerful and a little scary, right? Don't worry. In our next segment, we'll talk about how to start conversations with strangers, sound confident, and not die from awkward silence. Next, meeting new people. All right, friends. So we've talked about the weather, hobbies, and weekend plans. Basically, everything you need for small talk with people you already know. But what about meeting new people? Yes, that scary, awkward, sweaty palm situation where your brain goes, "Don't say something weird." And then you immediately say something weird. Don't worry, it happens to everyone, even native speakers. So step 1, the basics of introduction. Let's start simple. When you meet someone for the first time, your goal isn't to sound smart, it's to sound nice. So instead of trying to be perfect, just be friendly. Here are the most natural ways to start. "Hey, I'm Alex. Nice to meet you." "Hi, my name's Alex. How are you?" "Hey there. We haven't met before, have we?" These are casual, easy, and totally normal. You don't need to say, "Good afternoon, sir." This is not a business meeting. It's small talk. Step 2, breaking the ice. After you say hello, the next few seconds are the danger zone. You don't know what to say yet, and silence feels like a horror movie. So what do? You use icebreakers, small questions that start the flow. "So, how do you know everyone here?" "Have you been to this place before, have you?" "That's a cool jacket. Where'd you get it?" "I like your accent. Where are you from?" Compliments or curious questions work amazing. They show interest without being too personal. Step 3, keep the conversation going. Now let's say you've started talking. What next? Most beginners panic because they don't know how to continue. Here's the trick. Don't focus on answers, focus on reactions. Example, "You, I'm from Kazakhstan." Them, "Oh, really? I've never been there." You, "Yeah, it's beautiful, lots of mountains. Where are you from?" Boom. Conversation keeps rolling. The magic phrase here is, "What about you?" It's your best friend in small talk. "I like music. What about you?" "I work in IT. What about you?" It turns a short answer into a long chat. Step 4, practice common phrases. Let's practice some lines together. Repeat after me. Pause between lines. "Nice to meet you." "How do you usually spend your weekends?" "That's really interesting." "Oh, I've always wanted to visit there." "What about you?" Perfect. Keep repeating these. They make your English sound smooth and confident. Step 5, humor helps. You know what's funny? When you meet someone new, you instantly forget how to use your hands. Like, where do I put them? Pocket, wave, high five? Humans are weird. But a little bit of humor makes people comfortable. You don't need to tell jokes, just be a little playful. For example, "Hi, I'm Alex. I'm terrible at remembering names, so please forgive me in advance." It's honest and funny. Tip, listen more than you talk. When you meet new people, the best skill isn't speaking, it's listening. People love when you show interest in what they say. Use short reactions like, "Really? No way. That's cool. I get that." These small words make you sound natural and engaged. Step 6,
end the conversation naturally. You don't always need to talk forever. If the chat's over, you can end it politely with, "It was great meeting you. Nice talking to you. Hope we can chat again sometime." Simple, friendly, and perfect. So, remember, meeting new people doesn't have to be scary. It's just like practicing English. The more you do it, the easier it gets. All right, now that you know how to start a chat, let's talk about how to end one. Politely, naturally, and without sounding awkward. Yep, our next topic is something we all struggle with, saying goodbye. Next, saying goodbye.
All right, my friends, we've talked about the weather, hobbies, weekend plans, meeting new people. Now it's time for the hardest part of small talk, saying goodbye. And trust me, it's not as simple as it sounds, because when you say goodbye in English, there are so many ways to do it. And sometimes you say goodbye, and then you keep talking for another 15 minutes. You know that moment. You say, "Okay, bye," and then suddenly start a whole new conversation. Humans just can't leave. Step 1, the classic goodbyes. Let's start with the basics. Easy, polite, and universal phrases. Bye. See you later. Take care. Have a good day. See you soon. They all work in any situation, with friends, coworkers, or even strangers. Simple, clean, friendly. Step 2, casual and friendly goodbyes. If you're talking to a friend or someone your age, you can sound more relaxed. Catch you later. Talk to you soon. Later. See ya. Peace out. These sound very natural, and yes, native speakers use them all the time. Just don't say peace out to your boss unless you really don't want that job. Step 3, professional goodbyes. When you're at work or sending an email or finishing a meeting, you can use polite forms like, "It was great talking to you. Have a great weekend. Let's keep in touch. Talk to you later." They sound natural and respectful, not too formal, not too stiff. Okay, let's be real for a second. Sometimes saying goodbye is awkward, like when you say bye and then both walk in the same direction. Now you're just two people pretending that didn't happen. Or when someone says bye and you accidentally reply, "You too," to something that didn't fit. "Have a great flight." "You too." Wait, what? Don't worry, it happens to everyone. The best thing to do? Just laugh it off. Small talk isn't about perfection. It's about connection. Step 5, how to end conversations politely. Here's a few phrases to end a chat naturally. "Anyway, I should get going. It was great catching up. Let's talk again soon. All right, take care." They sound friendly and confident, like you're closing the chat smoothly. Mini practice time. Repeat after me. "It was nice talking to you. Take care. See you soon. Have a good one. Catch you later." Perfect. You sound like a native already. Outro message. So, there you go. You've just learned how to start, continue, and end conversations like a pro. Now you can make small talk anywhere. Cafe, airport, work, even on a dating app. And remember, every conversation is a chance to practice your English. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need confidence, a smile, and a few good phrases. If you enjoyed this episode of Shadow Talk English, make sure to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and share it with someone who's learning English too. Next time, we'll dive into another fun real-life topic. So stay tuned, keep practicing, and remember, speak it, shadow it, own it.